it's your girl Diamond. I am back after a long disappearing act, but I'm back. I'm ready to get back into the swing of things. And I'm going to announce that I might start reviewing Love After Lockup. But let's get into what started off, which is Love and Marriage Huntsville. They are back with season 8. I stopped reviewing last season because it just got completely draining with the Keke situation, ending with Mel and Martell. Nothing coming from the Scotts. But let's see what they give this season, because we got a new couple, 2 new couples actually, and we got Destiny. We're gonna see what Destiny gonna bring. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the season opened up with a flash of Martell's mugshot. Martell was recently arrested earlier this year on domestic violence charge and harassing communications. Why? We're gonna get into it because it has now going to be revealed of the revenge porn plot that Martell wanted to expose Mel. And we're going to finally delve into what has occurred on social media, in the blogs, out in the show. Because tired of covering all this up. We need to address this now, okay? So let's start off with Mel. Mel is seen tighten up her security. She has 2 security guards to make sure they follow the perimeters of the house, making sure everything is all covered, because she's worried about the safety of her and her children. We're not going to act like Martell has not gotten out of hand, being aggressive, showcasing his Tasmanian devil ways. And she's just concerned for her safety and the kids. Now that Martell has been recently arrested, no telling what he might do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at Melody for getting security. I've already seen the comments of leading to the arrest, blaming Melody for it, and now the security people saying she's doing too much. It's not that deep. These are people who are now just coming in watching the show that don't know the full scope of things. They have not watched the beginning. They've only seen clips. They haven't watched any of the information being released. They're just going off of what they see and not using their critical thinking skills and thinking that there's more to it. So let's get into the looks. Now, Melody opens up with her first season look, the blonde pixie cut. I love it. She looks good. Melody looks completely happy in this kitchen. She looks light. She feels happy because she's all about just positivity, you know, just being happy, growing and everything, being a mother to the kids, just living her life. I love it. I really, really do. And her brother Marcus came into town to check in on her because he saw the blogs and wanted to know how Mel is doing. She pretty much disappeared from the world after it happened. So she don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? The recent arrest of Martell, and you know, she was gathering all the information to send to the magistrate for the warrant to be issued. Now, she could have, you know, easily told the police, this is when I want you to pick him up. He could be at this house at this time. He might be over here. But she allowed for, you know, God to do his work. You know, pretty much giving the grace that while I can be on some petty stuff of all the things he's done to hurt me, but let y'all catch him when y'all catch him. But it's been too long ever since the warrant was issued. So she's like, how long is it going to take for y'all to come get him? Because he's been ducking and dodging it. I feel like Martell has been aware of what's been going on. But I digress. Because Melody is, you know, concerned about why haven't they picked him up. Because she issued the warrant back in August of 2022. So she figured maybe he'll be pulled over by a traffic stop. They'll look him up in the system and arrest him. But that's not what happened, because we didn't see Martell get arrested. All we saw was the mugshot and the aftermath. That's all we saw. And she was wondering, how did he get everything situated? Because when he was arrested, he had the kids with him. And the kids were able to leave, but leave where? She didn't know where the kids went. Because Martell was arrested and released the same day. The kids didn't call her. He didn't call her. His mom didn't call her. She was completely out of the blue with what was going on with her and the kids. And the fact that she's dealing with this, realizing the man that she said I do in 2008 is the man that she's dealing with in 2024 on a whole different level. Dealing with a narcissist she didn't know that she was with. Learning about the signs and learning how to stay away from people like him, okay? Then the details of the revenge sex plot, right? Because Martell was going to release a video of him and Mel in an intimate setting that they did when they were married, disguise it under a fake Instagram account, under a fake name, as another man coming out exposing that he had a sex tape out with Mel, knowing that's going to connect with Martell's constant ranting and raving that Melody cheated on him when they were married. It ain't gonna go nowhere. Now, we all knew about the revenge plot. We knew about it. Okay, thanks to Ariane admitting to it on Original Straight No Chaser. Thanks to Martell admitting on Queen Sheba's platform. Like, we knew. But we're going to see him try to spin it as if it wasn't as bad as it was. Because all he wants to keep on saying is he just sent the text message. We're going to get to his point in a minute. I just want to finish Mel because this is how it opened up, with her talking about it. And then Carlos King wants to call her in this scene. I'm like, Carlos, what you calling in this scene for? This is so he can let her know about the podcast, his first reality tour podcast that he started with the Mel, that everyone went to, all the millimeters that released the footage of them going. It was a great turnout. And that was also when Melly had to tell Carlos that he wasn't there for her. Everything that's been going on between her and Marcel, that Carlos pretty much knew. He did not protect her. He didn't care for her. He didn't listen to her. He didn't do none of that. So the fact that he broke the fourth wall to call her to pretty much save his own ass on what's going to occur is not sitting with me. Because I feel like, Carlos, I caught your car. Okay? So, dealing with that later on, we get to Martell, Norman Bates, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, him and his chain smoking mama. So this fool is looking at the charge papers and he's just brushing it off about a text message he sent to Mel back in 2022. It doesn't matter how long you did it. You sent the text message and an incriminating photo to hurt her and to threaten her, okay? He's trying to downplay it wasn't as bad as it was. He got his mama there enabling his bullshit, saying, oh, that's all you did? You didn't do nothing else? What you mean he didn't do nothing else? And she's blaming Mel. This is how I see Mel. Mel needs to handle her shit. It's like, no, ma'am, no, Pam. This is not going to work for me, Mama Marlene. You are not about to enable your son's behavior, and it's a lack of awareness and the enabling that's going to piss me off. Because watching that whole scene, the way that him and his mama were just brushing off what he did wasn't as bad. It's all Mel's fault. Oh, send me over the moon. Because this is why Martell doesn't believe he needs to be held accountable, because his mother doesn't hold him accountable. I don't know if chain-smoking Marlene is afraid of what Martell might take away from her if she doesn't go along with his bullshit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So he's just like, concerned about how this all came about. He talked about how he was arrested. He had the kids with him. He dropped the oldest one off. He had the two little ones in the car. He went to the county clerk's office to drop off a document, left them in the car, went inside the office. They looked him up and arrested him. He wants to make it seem as if the kids saw him get arrested, as if they witnessed the whole thing. The police cars, him in handcuffs and everything. No, they did not. They were in the car. You went inside the office and you got arrested. At that time, you was able to call your mamas to come pick up the kids, and that's what happened. He's really trying to paint it off as if Melody set the whole thing up to make him look bad. It do not need much, Martell, for you to look bad. It don't need much. You make yourself look bad for the things that you do. Okay? So when he talked about the text message, they showed it on the screen of where he wrote how you need to stop threatening, stop bullying me. For real, I'm tired of you. I don't like what you're doing to me. Please leave me alone. Tell your fans to stop coming after me. And that's it. Was that it? Because in the confessional, he said, oh, okay, that is the screenshot. A screenshot of what? That's the kicker for me. While he's admitting he sent the message, he's admitting he sent the photo, but he's not going to admit what was the context of that photo. What was the photo about? He's not going to admit that because he knows admitting to what he sent is going to make it even worse. But he's just trying to play it off as all I did was send the message, but she went even further to get me arrested. Act like all it took was a message to get you arrested. That's not all it took. No. So it's just annoying for me with that. And saying how the kids don't need to be around this. They don't need to know this. The kids know way more than you think. They're not dumb. The kids have been fully well aware of what's been going on and fully well aware of what Martell has been doing. We all know Martell's been talking cash money shit about Mel every chance he gets. He did on Queen Sheba. He did on Tasha K. He says nothing positive about Mel, but keeps having Mel's name in his mouth. Because I believe that Martell is stuck in that time span of when he was trying to fight for his marriage, but still have the ability to go out and cheat. That's what's the kicker for me. Because if flashback later in the season of how every time Martell don't get his way, he reacts. He gets upset. But then he expects for Melody to still cover for him, to still care for him in that way to not make him look bad. That's not her job anymore. She's not going to keep on covering up your excuses, covering up your behavior, your ways. No. And you already got your mama being delusional, covering up your ways, which is annoying me. Okay? Like, ooh, I couldn't take it. And then he said something stupid about Melody's doing all this to get full custody of the kids. Hello? Who filed for full custody first? You did. You filed for full custody. You thinking all of this is for her to take the kids from you? You don't deserve to have your kids with you. Talking about the kids need their dad. Their dad is the main thing more than the mom. Are you for real? Are you serious? You saying the best thing for the kids is have their daddy in their life. That's way more important than the mother. No, sir. Because if that's the case, you wouldn't be asking Mel to send groceries to the house. You wouldn't know how to console your child without dropping her off at Mel because you don't know how to console your child. And being the best dad would mean you question the paternity of sugar mama and not even claiming the fifth one. You got to be out your mind with this. No. Absolutely not. Like, that really pissed me off. And you make such disparaging comments about their mother in front of them. You really think you being the best dad is the best thing for them? Listen, I'm all about two-parent households. I came from a two-parent household. My kids are a part of a two-parent household. I do believe kids can have the best upbringing when a mother and a father is involved. But when you got an asshole like him, he don't need to be with his kids. He don't need to. You do not deserve the medal, the plaque to be best dad of the year when you don't show it. Dropping your kids off at their extracurricular activities does not account for being the best dad. No, it's more than that. It's learning right from wrong, accepting accountability, and doing things right. You don't know how to do neither one of them. Like, he gonna go all out this season of trying to paint off as if Mel is the problem. Mel did this to hurt me when he's not looking at himself, and that's where Mama Marlene is the fault. She's the enabler. You got everybody else connecting to the enabler. I am not. That's been his problem. But I'm moving on because that pissed me off at that point. I'm going to move on. Next. So we got Stormy. Stormy looks amazing. I love her outfit in the scene, and I love her outfit in the confessional. She's been working out for the past 3 months. Looks amazing. She pops up at Nell's childcare facility just to see what's going on. I don't believe that Stormy and Nell are friends like that. Because I feel like this is just them getting all the gossip out so we can know what's going to unravel this season. All the storylines that's going to unravel this season. So Nell says, so who you talking to, who you not talking to, getting the mess started, right? And Stormy lets it all out. She lets it all out, how she hasn't spoken to anybody, and she hasn't even spoken to Keke. And did you hear what happened with Keke? There's been some rumblings down in the blogs that Keke was exposing scenes to bloggers about the Houston trip, exposing the scene about her tossing the drink on Tisha, and how she felt about Melody in Houston but never told her how she felt in Houston, and her mother in the mix of talking to other bloggers about the scenes. Then the blogger and Keke fell out. There's been some exposing of messages and videos, which I don't believe really incriminate anything. And it's just a whole mess. So Nell is like, well, damn, Stormy, you was defending Keke all last season, but now you see her for her words. I don't know what you're going to do. And I'm like, Nell, don't do that, because I don't believe you ever even gave Keke a real chance anyway. You followed behind Marcel and Tisha's opinions about Keke and just allowed it. But Stormy said, listen, I like Keke. I'm a ride for her, because people were coming at her about her sobriety, and I was rooting for her because she was doing what she was supposed to be doing. Because she going off of how no one believed in her dreams. No one believed that she can do it. So she wants to give the same grace to Keke. And I'm all for that, because I want Keke to win, okay? And right now she's like, I'm not going to completely write off Keke until I hear her side. And until that, I'm just going to keep it for what it was. All right, fine, Stormy, cool. So that might be the first and last time we're going to hear about Keke, because I don't think she's coming back. And I honestly don't want her to come back. So I want Keke to find herself and get help and make herself better. Not for the show, not for no one else, but herself, okay? So, we move on to Martell. Stormy mentions Martell's arrest, mention the charges, wonder, did it have to be that bad? And Nell don't agree with Martell going to jail. She don't like the idea of African American men in jail, because it's about this pivot of, we got to protect our black men. We can't have our black men be out here looking crazy. We got to make sure we care for our black men, knowing that these black men don't care about us. So I'm like, Nell, you're losing me. And you lost me. You don't agree with it. Because I feel like, how do you feel when your son got constantly arrested? Did you believe that he shouldn't be arrested? Because your son was doing all types of shit, spiraling when he couldn't play football. And y'all don't know what else to do with him. Y'all paying for him to get released from jail. Y'all paying for his dogs. And he's entitled to believe he doesn't even think he needs to owe you the money back. Like, are you for real, Nell? Let me know. And you trying to vouch for Martell, the same man who was yelling at you at your front porch when you wanted to be neutral and still be there for Mel as much as you're there for him? He didn't like that. He didn't like that you was going to her name changing ceremony, talking all types of shit about it. And he got in your face again in Houston of trying to make you believe that Mel cheated when you said, she never told me she cheated. I don't believe that she cheated. Like, are you for real now? He got all in your face last season. All in your face. And Martell has made y'all choose sides. Mel has never made y'all choose sides. That's the shit I'm talking about. Like, I cannot. I really can't. It's all about making sure his feelings is heard. And he don't like nobody else's feelings being heard but his. But in a confessional, you saved yourself by a sliver, Nell, when you said, I don't believe I can sit up here and say what I wouldn't do and what I would do. Because I'm not in Mel's shoes. But I still feel like, how do you still not know? You and Chris are the main direct line between Mel and Martell. They have known y'all the longest. Y'all have fired in you for the longest throughout their whole entire relationship. So I don't see how you don't know what was going on. I don't see how. I really don't. So you can miss me. But like I said, you kind of caught yourself by saying, I don't think I can say what I wouldn't do and what I would do if I was in Mel's shoes. Because I'm not in Mel's shoes. So I can't say what I wouldn't do. Good, Nell, because you can't. So Stormy is on fire. She keeps on spilling out all the tea. And then we get to the podcast with Carlos King. And Stormy wants to go. We already know Stormy went. I saw the footage. She was there. And then Stormy brings up Sonny and Moses. Sonny being the producer of the show. Moses being Destiny's ex. Nell is like, oh my God. Stormy is letting all this hot tea out. But Nell's also intrigued to get to this hot tea. And Nell even talked about, she even spoke to Moses on the phone when he was on FaceTime. She knows Destiny went out to see him in St. Louis. So it's kind of like, what happened? What's going on? So apparently we're going to get into the relationship or not relationship between Sonny and Destiny of what led to when Moses broke up with her and that him and Sonny got together and they got married. Like, we're going to get to that whole breakdown because Stormy can remember seeing the way Sonny and Destiny will be so close to one another. They almost look like sisters. But then Moses and Sonny told Destiny they were cousins. But I'm like, what kind of cousins? Play cousins? By marriage cousins? Blood cousins? I don't understand. What happened? You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot of mess that needs to get revealed, okay? Because I don't want y'all to give us all this mess and we're not going to get no information behind it. You know what I'm saying? So, moving on from there. Then we get to Destiny. Yo, Destiny is back. No one asked her to be back. She's only coming back because she needs a check and she's part of the biggest storyline ever. But if she wants us to pay attention and listen, she needs to become real and transparent. Like she said she was before, but never then. She got invited to her only friend's house, which is Tisha. They came in wearing the same hairstyle. I wonder what's that about. Obviously, it's off the fact that they don't like Mel, but I digress. So we're entering Tisha's renovation, the townhome that they renovated last season. I didn't see the whole house and what was added. All I saw was the kitchen, which was too much black. I got a headache looking at it. No doubt I like the refrigerator, but it was just too much black everywhere. Tisha, you have no color coordinates. Um, and then she's talking about the last time Destiny was there, which was like a couple of weeks ago, and Destiny gives it a Miami feel. Tisha says California vibe, but we're just trying to like give a taste on what the real house will be like. And this is just the Airbnb. I'm like, girl, good night. That's your main house. Y'all not moving to that landfill. Y'all not moving up there in a mountain of rocks. Y'all staying at that house. Y'all got too many bills that I gotta pay for. So y'all not going nowhere. Miss me. Okay. Tisha, your confessional was terrible. I didn't like that look at all. It looked like you couldn't breathe. Like you were stuffed like a balloon in that outfit. Your makeup was cute. I don't know about the hair. I feel like it wasn't pressed sleek enough. But that outfit was horrible. Destiny, your confessional was cute too. I love the mauve, beige, cream, ruche dress. I'm kind of hesitant with the gloves though, but your confessional was cute. Tisha, no. Hair, horrible. So, Tisha's pretty much interrogating Destiny about what's been going on, okay? Finding out that Sonny married Moses, and how can you deal with your friend marrying your ex? And Destiny's like, yeah, it's kind of hard to use the term friend these days. I'm like, you would know, Destiny, because I don't know if you know how to be a friend. When someone doesn't show up for you the way you want them to, you write them off, but yet you don't know how to show up the same way to another person. So I'm confused. Because, she's like just wondering, how did this all happen? She don't know. You know what I'm saying? And the setup between Sonny and Moses, it's messed up. No doubt, because it's kind of like, how the hell we get here? But Moses automatically struck me as an opportunist. We never saw him anywhere but the pictures that was released. And as far as y'all adding this to the show, I wish that if Destiny was to have come back in the later seasons, the earlier seasons with her new man, we would have gotten more. We don't know nothing about Moses. We only know Sonny because she was an ex-producer. We still don't know nothing. And we're still in the dark about Destiny with this whole LeBerry situation. So we're kind of like got to re-know everything all over again. That's why I want to be sure. Before I write off Sonny and Moses of not giving them no type of introduction or redemption or anything they got to say, I want to be sure, Destiny, you're not going to pussyfoot around and not be honest about what's going on. Because she's like, how can we go from I love you, sis, I miss you, sis, to you calling me that me and Moses are getting serious? Because that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? And then they talking about girl code. I'm like, girl code where? None of you females know what girl code means. Y'all be looking at her females left and right when they don't agree with you. Good night and goodbye, okay? I'm not going to deal with these two backstabbers who don't know the meaning of girl code. Like, Destiny, you couldn't even keep your mouth shut to stay neutral between Mel and Martell when you want to keep being friends with both of them. And Tisha, you always look for something to hate on Mel, look for something to hurt Mel. Please and miss me, okay? So wondering, how did she know? Like I just said, Sonny called her and told her and Moses getting serious. She didn't know. She would rather hear from Moses since she's known him the longest. They have over 15 years of a history. Even though, wow, 15 years of a friendship, y'all have only been together for, a few months, maybe a year. So he might owe you more of an explanation, but it's still like, goddamn, it's still a lot to me. So then it's kind of like, was it a plot that they just had this comment, that they infiltrate with me being the patsy, the Sonny and Moses, something going on while he was with me? So she's trying to feel like what happened, because everything was exposed on social media. But was it a plot? Might have been, you know what I'm saying? But she needs to have a conversation with both of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Destiny to hide from what she needs to address. That's the problem I'm gonna have. I don't want her to hide from it. But it's still crazy how you're going to have the ability to talk about this, but you couldn't talk about what happens when you and LeBerry. That's just interesting to me. That really is. So, after that, then we talk about Carlos' podcast, because they can't end the scene without mentioning Mel. So they mentioned the podcast with Carlos, and Melody is the star. And Tisha said, I'm not attending, nor I'm going, because I wasn't invited. You weren't thought of to get an invitation, so you're not going. Destiny, same thing for you. And how they mentioned the millimeters and the raindrops. I'm like, y'all two hating ass bitches can't help. Now, Millie's been through one of the worst things ever, and she still rose to the top where people are riding for her success, and how she's been the main topic of conversation for the past 7 years. Can y'all really think about it? Carlos wanted his one-stop shop tour, and he chose Melody. And how he's just stopping at Melody from the Love and Marriage Huntsville franchise. He ain't going no further. He's going to the next franchise, which is Love and Marriage DC. He's going to get those castmates on there. He ain't asking for y'all. He's not checking for y'all. Because y'all don't bring butts in the seats. Okay? Y'all are so jealous of the fan base that Melody have. And y'all don't have the same fan base. Okay? Because I got two evil hating ass hoes in front of me talking about, I can't deal with the millimeters. They are a bunch of middle-aged women who don't have a lot going on, who are broken. I'm like, really? Oh, because you guys don't have a high fan base, that means that every woman that's a part of the millimeters are broken, middle-aged, evil. Based on what you've been showing us? Because I feel like, Tisha, please, you talking about these women don't got nothing to live for, they're just angry about their lives. Girl, that's you. That's you. Do you not see what your husband be doing in front of you? You angry and miserable. Don't project on us. Trust me, I don't think I'm a full millimeter. I know I am an admiration of male. I'm a fan of male. But there are some obsessed, crazed fans. Trust me, there are some. But majority of the ones that I watch and listen to, they call out Mel when she does wrong. But they call out the bullshit that y'all try to blame Mel for. That's what they do. Okay? So it's like, goodbye. You weren't invited, Destiny, nor thought of. Mel is not losing sleep over you about you not going. And it's like, this is coming from women, two women in front of me, who don't value the success of other women. This is all coming from women who don't see happiness in other women because they're not happy in what they have going on. That's what I'm getting right now, okay? Because y'all pretty much are mad that Mel has been the main topic of success this entire time. That's why. But we're going to end it off there, moving on from that. And then we ended off with Mel being on the podcast. And this is where we're going to see Mel in her black and white era, because she wore a black and white pantsuit, and that's where Melody at moving forward. She's all about either you with it or you against it. You like it or you don't. Period, point blank. Carlos, it's just crazy how everything's going to line up with this season, because he wanted to just clean up what he did wrong, okay? Now, he had a cute prop about crowning Mel with the prom queen crown, because she didn't go to her prom. I wonder why. He listened to when she didn't go to the prom, but it's just like Carlos always mentions certain vulnerable moments to make it seem as if he cares, but he don't care. So the questions that have transpired, because that was all filmed for the season. And how did you not believe your personal life would have been so effective, and how your whole life might have changed when you said yes to do a reality show. And she said, I believe yes. The fact that she has a lot of women in her fan base that have been in her situation, she's been a role model of moving forward, moving on, finding yourself. She loves the work that she's been doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, she gets the negativity, but majority of that, she gets the positive. But he had to have brought up what she admitted last season, that she was never sexually satisfied with Martell. She never came. And, you know, he wanted to put his 2 cents in, which no one asked him to, about how he got a hook in the curve. Carlos, sit down. Nobody asked for you. That's why you felt the way about how there weren't a lot of raindrops there. Majority of the millimeters were there. Sit down. She said, okay, she admits she did have enjoyable moments with Martell, but she admitted that she got married when she was 22. She was in love. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know what you're missing until you get it. I ain't mad at it. But I know for a fact, once Martell gonna see that clip, he don't got something to say. Trust and believe, he gonna have something to say. So now Carlos wants to address Martell's rant on Twitter or social media. That last scene with him and Melly at the coffee shop where he brought flowers, paid for the coffee, he was mad. And he wanted to blame Carlos, that Carlos made him do that scene. Carlos made him buy her flowers. And it's like, boy, bye. You lying already. He put in all captions, I don't want her back. If you're not going to film my real life, don't film me. Don't have me in scenes with her unless she asks for them. And don't make me give her flowers. And we're actors, this is not real life, it's all fake. It's like, I'm like, nigga, shut up, Martell. We all know you brought those flowers for her because you always try to appease to make yourself look like not Prince Charming in front of her. You always try to make yourself look desirable in front of her. So the one thing that Carlos wanted to address was none of this that I do is fake. My production travels from their home to film this to make y'all a great show. I don't lie. I don't produce scenes. Okay, Carlos, but so don't question my integrity that I'm coming out here to give y'all a fake show because none of this is actors. And Melly was like, no, we're not actors. So the fact that he's trying to be upset and tag Carlos in a scene where he wanted to be in and say, film my real life and don't film me. We've been filming your real life for the past 5 years now. Everything you've seen on camera and off camera has kind of been the same thing, sir. So no one's making up stuff to make you look bad. No one is producing fake scenes to make you look bad. That's all on you, boo-boo. We all know he wanted that scene with Mel. He wants every scene with Mel. Like, don't play with me with this, okay? And it's like, boy, bye. So then, this is where Melody talks about having the decision of getting him arrested. Because Carlos wanted to ask, did you ever think in a million years you would have to have your father, the father of your kids, arrested? No, Carlos, she wouldn't have. No woman thinks to get the father of her kids arrested. No woman would want to think to get any man arrested unless she had to. Carlos, stop. So you don't know what you have to deal with until you deal with it. And she just assumed that was my kid's father, would have been on good terms. But no, that goes out the window. All the transgressions she went through, it's not going to hold her anymore that that's the father of her kids because he did not protect the mother of his kids, nor the kids themselves. So she's not going to do so. So, y'all red flashes all those times where he wanted to let Mel know, even if I cheat on you with 1,000 women, you don't tell nobody our business. You should keep it in the household. Like he should keep his penis in the household. We get to the Vegas trip. He wants to throw it in her face. They got 4 kids. Oh, you want to claim we got 4 kids. We got 4 kids. Always want to hold it to us having 4 kids. But were you thinking about 4 kids when you made a 5th one? No, you didn't. Then making up stuff as he likes to do. How when she went out to her mom vacation at the hotel, she was cheating. Bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. Okay? So seeing how he was completely out of pocket with other people, she was like, that's not who I married. That's not who I had kids with. And at that point, she is regretting that she had kids with him and wish that she had kids with someone else. That hurts to say, but it sometimes be like that. It really do. How everything that she missed being married to him and now seeing how his entire behavior, his entire real existence of how this man has been this entire time is coming out. So yeah, that's the truth though. It's hard, but it's the truth. So she wants him to seek intensive therapy and become a man, and I'm with that. So then Carlos does the messiest thing ever about how he knows that there was an ex-producer of this show that got married to an old classmate's ex, Sonny and Moses. And of course, Destiny believes that the entire time that she was with Moses, he was conspiring with Sonny. So they're here. He brings him out. Mel's face is completely shot from head to toe. Stormy's in the crowd watching it. She said, this is messy as hell. But she ain't going to do nothing about it but listen and be intrigued about it because she wants to know what happened. How this all came about. Here go Mel. Congratulations. For me, it's kind of like, what could Mel do? Wasn't aware that he was going to bring some surprise guest on stage. So for me, it's like, oh my God. And I can have an instant premonition. Destiny's going to figure out a way to be upset at Mel for laughing or for being nice to her. When it's like, Destiny, you can't still expect for people to be there for you if you haven't been there for them. So I'm not going to deal with that. But this was a lot. This was messy. I enjoyed this season opener. We're going to see how this plays out. We're going to get more mess here on out. Whew. I can't wait, y'all. This was a lot. But, y'all, that's it. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.